The cold and windy weather we've been experiencing lately, it's the perfect time to really stay indoors, to do anything indoors, but especially tackle those DIY projects that have been piling up. So joining us today, our lifestyle expert, Johnathan Miller, is here. He's giving us some fresh ideas on how to make the most out of our time at home. Break it all down for us. We got a full display.
I'm so happy to be here. This is one of my friend's inventions, and it is phenomenal.
Oh.
So, especially for somebody who, gets up early in the morning, comes and maybe, works till odd hours and then wants to do a project, but has a little bit of trouble, finishing it. Because anything painting, it takes hours. It seems like such a great idea, and then you start doing it, and then you realize, wait, I have to let this wall dry before I put a second coat on. Even if you're doing artwork or anything. This invention is, to me, the best thing that has come around in years, because it's called the Repaint Tray.
Okay.
It's made of high-quality silicone. So it's got a lid that is super tight. You can fill on either one.
Okay.
The best thing about it is that this tray is 100% reusable. So you're saving the environment.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when you go out and you're doing this, you buy the pan, you buy these little plastic inserts.
We're familiar with these.
After you use, you really can't reuse it, because if you try and put more paint in it, it's going to mix together and it's going to be a mess. So you just throw them away. So there are thousands of those that end up in the landfill each year.
Yeah.
I am so guilty of this because I'm ADHD and I'm a little lazy at the same time. So I will buy a pack of those, just throw everything out.
Right.
Like, I don't wash the roller, it's so bad.
Yeah.
With this you actually take this out.
Okay.
It's reusable. We do this number here.
Oh, look
and
at
then
that.
this, we can peel this right out.
And it's so easy.
It is. Now,
I think
here's
this
my other
might
part.
Be a little wet, but yeah.
Yeah, don't mess up.
I know. Look, I'm not trying to get my nails messed up today.
So, here is my other lesson.
Yeah.
You pull that right out like that.
Okay.
You have to make sure it's dry. I purposefully did not let this dry because I wanted to be able to show on air that it was wet paint. So I did this on a project yesterday.
Yeah.
And I put the lid on last night. I uncovered it this morning to let it dry out. So it was actually still fresh. So when I brought it on air, it could show you how easy it was. Cleanup is a breeze with that part.
I love
But
this.
then let's say you want to clean up before that dries. Soap and water. Soap and dishwater. So you literally can take it to the kitchen and do it. You're not having to go outside right now and use the hose, which is, a chore in itself. I'm like, anything outside right now, I don't want to do.
Right.
But
So
that's the thing with it.
It's super easy. And what's the name of this company?
Repaint Studios.
Okay.
You can find everything on my blog for information-wise, affiliates to buy it. It's not yet in Lowe's, but it will be soon. There are some Lowe's stores that are starting to carry it.
That's
so right now you can get it online, and in my opinion, stylist-wise, it's probably going to be a better deal to buy it right now. Yet in Lowe's, but it will be soon. There are some Lowe's stores that are starting to carry it.
That's
so right now you can get it online, and in my opinion, stylist-wise, it's probably going to be a better deal to buy it right now online. You never know.
Right.
But I do think it's like one of those things to go ahead and get. I bought two, obviously, at the same time, because like I said, sometimes I start a project and I go away. Well, then I might start another project and I need a second one. But you can see on the one that's beside you there, the lid is actually airtight. You can leave paint in here up to 21 days before you need to actually really do something with it.
Wonderful.
And it's almost, it reminds me a lot of those silicone bakeware things that things just fall right out of. I think it's really important to know that, and let's say this gets damaged in any way, which it's pretty thick. It's going to be hard to get damaged. But they have a recycling program also.
So this is just really the thing to have in your home, especially if you're doing anything, if you're just, because we know spring is around the corner too.
Exactly.
I know we're talking about winter projects and staying inside, but we can use this really kind of all season long, all year long.
All year long. It's not just for repainting a wall. You can use it for crafting, anything. And that's actually how it came about. My friend was a mother of two.
Wow.
And she had a furniture painting business where she refurbished furniture. So she created it. She was going through these plastic things like no other. Of course, having two kids, having to come back to these projects midday, she needed something to keep it well. And putting a bag over it, yeah, that works, but it can be very, very messy.
Yeah. And do you have any, ideas on what we should be painting, here in the wintertime? Maybe just some ideas.
So anything in the entry foyer is it's the first thing people see when they come to visit, but it's also the best area to refresh because when spring starts, you do have more guests come at that point.
That's right, yeah.
So you're going to end up having that whole area as that entry, especially if you live in a small apartment or something. You make a big impact with that entry zone. I'm still trying to get you to do, to go. I'm like, yes. Those small entries, though, you do one color, you add a pop of life to it, but it also is good to refresh it because that area also gets very worn during the winter seasons. We've had a much harder winter than we have this year, so there's been more weather, more boots, more coats. So,
Wow.
it's always good to have that.
This is so helpful, and of course we can find all of this information on your website.
Go to my website, JonathanHMiller.com. I have a blog set up for you, ready to go with all these tips and tricks, all these other amazing things about this product.
Yes.
And you can purchase it there and get yourself going.
Well, we appreciate you just breaking it all down for us. So lovely to have you here. We'll be right back here.